Hey dudes, welcome to Splat from the Past, the only 80s themed horror and sci-fi show where things can get totally radical. Now today I will be welcoming back my BFF from the Bay Area, Ana-Marie Urbieta. You may remember I talked to her a few months ago. Well, I'm having her back on again and talking about what we usually talk about, sex and random shit, and I'm pretty excited. We got to get together about a month ago up in the Bay Area when I was visiting and catch up a bit, and having her back on again today, and it's going to be pretty cool. I can't wait. So, so here is my interview with Ana-Marie Urbieta.
Hello.
What's up, Anna? How the fuck are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Pretty good. We've been having some weird...
What's going on?
We've been having some weird weather over here. It was raining for a few days last week. Now it's the sun's out again, but it's getting cold.
Oh, sounds like global warming to me.
Yeah, I think it is. I think deep down the politicians know global warming does exist, but they don't want to fucking they don't want to admit it, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yep, sounds about right.
Oh my God, so...
A bunch of Republicans for you.
Yeah. Oh my God, so I've been hearing that up in San Francisco, like, homeless people have been, like, shitting all over the place.
That's pretty accurate. Have you heard of this, what's the app called? It's called...
The poop app? Yeah. I saw it yesterday on Joe Rogan's podcast.
It's like a Snapchat?
Yeah. I saw it. I was like, that's pretty damn funny. You see, like, you see a map, and there's brown spots on it.
Oh, no, not that. It was, I don't know what it is. It looks like Snapchat, but it's for poop, and then they're supposed to clean it up.
Yeah. I didn't know about the cleaning part, but that's pretty funny still.
Yeah.
My God. I'm just...
Yeah, that's the city I live in.
I'm so glad I didn't end up that way. I was watching these documentaries on YouTube, and oh my God, there's people commenting who say that they were homeless, like back in the 90s or the early 2000s, and they say it wasn't as bad then, you know?
But it got worse?
Yeah, it got worse in terms of, you know, well, there was nobody was shitting all over the street then, and it wasn't as bad, and a lot of them left town eventually.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, God, I wonder what's going to happen in the next 5 years there.
Who knows?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still sticking around, but I had to leave the neighborhood I was in because it was just bad.
You mean the one you just moved into?
Huh?
You mean the one that you just moved into?
Well, I'm saying I had to leave Soma because Soma is like one of the most highly pooped populations.
Oh. I see.
And now I'm out by the beach, and there's no poop out here, so I'm good. I'm safe.
That's good. Oh my God.
Safe for now.
Yeah. So how's everything going with you and the guy?
The guy things are going good.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I mean it's I don't know. Well, there's some red flags there, but I mean, we all have red flags, right? We just have to figure out how to navigate it, or if it's something that we are willing to adapt to without each other.
Right.
Is that the best way to describe it?
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll see. It's still pretty new.
Still pretty new, yeah. Hopefully he'll be the last guy that you have to sleep with.
Thank you. Your blessings are welcome.
I've been thinking about this an awful lot. You know, I don't know. I don't remember if we talked about it last time. We may have, about how just our generation is just, it's so hard for our generation to find the one. You know, and I blame home video porno for that.
Why is that?
Because, you know, a lot of us, elder millennials, as they call it, had baby boomer parents growing up, and they were very self-involved, and they didn't give us a whole lot of attention and teach us what romantic love was. So we had to discover it through home video porn.
I see. Are you talking about porn in general, like watching porn at home, or are you talking about like actual home video porn, like making pornos at home?
Well, I'm not blaming porno in general in terms of like that's wrong for us. I'm actually interviewing a former porn star tomorrow, but
Awesome. Which one?
Annie Sprinkle.
I don't know who that is, but
Yeah, she turned into a sex educator, and we're going to be talking for a half an hour tomorrow, and I'm excited. But
you gonna get a little bit of education from her?
Somewhat.
A little lesson from her?
Yeah. But
Well, hopefully you learn a thing or two.
yeah. But like, no, I don't blame porn in general. I think that that's probably the reason why, you know, a lot of us, you know, have trouble, you know, finding the one, because that was our reference for love. You know what I mean? I mean, each case is individual. Everybody is subjective, you know, but I'm just saying the general majority.
It's an interesting theory. I'm not going to argue that. I have very few friends that are married, and I don't know. And even with myself, like finding a boyfriend isn't the issue. I just reached that like 2 to 3 year mark, and you know it's boring and it's not good enough anymore. And you know maybe I have the perception of relationships like I do with changing the channel on porn. Like, yep, let me just move on to the new latest and greatest, and rather than working with the same old thing that I already have.
Right.
So we'll see. But like I said, so few of my friends are married. Maybe it's porn.
Yeah. I mean, that's just my theory anyways, though. But,
it's pretty hard to prove.
yeah. But, yeah, you showed me that picture when we got together last month.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, he's got a sexy belly button.
You liked what you saw?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'm still enjoying what I see. That one's gonna be hard to get sick of. That's for sure. I mean, I've dated a lot of I don't want to say chubby guys, but guys with less than ideal bodies. So when you're dating a Calvin Klein model or something equivalent, it's gonna be hard to stop looking at that.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I haven't met anybody down here, of course, because people here are just weird and shit, right? I mean, I came close last summer. There was a married girl that was living here who was just she was just a friggin' idiot basically, and she was trying to cheat on her husband for me. She was like she wanted to do the friendship thing, and then we started sexting each other a lot and stuff. And she made plans to come over after her husband left for work, but it never happened. She was always all talk and no play, you know. And oh my God,
sometimes that's all the excitement a woman wants in her relationship. Like, she's bored at home. She doesn't actually want to do anything. She just wants the attention of another man.
Well, then she comes back after a 2-week trip and says, I'm moving out in 30 days and I'm divorcing my husband. Okay, great, but, do you want to have some fun? She never got back to me, and I ended up unfriending her on Facebook. Yeah.
You unfriended her because she never got back to you?
Well, that, and just she stopped, caring. She stopped liking my posts and talking to me and shit. I was just like, I just don't need this. It's just a bad omen, I think. So, yeah.
Well, I mean, you got to consider what she might have been going through. I mean, she had her shit going on, and the reality of a failed marriage, isn't always fun. And entertaining herself with with a man who might give her the attention that she wants, but not, everything else that she's missed. I don't know. I don't know this, and I don't know. I don't know what's going on for her, but I'm just saying there's probably a reason behind why she was flirting with you, and also a reason behind why she stopped.
I've always had empathy, but I don't see things from people's perspectives often because I look at the person's reputation, the person's social surroundings, and the kind of people they associate with. So in this case, the family she was married into was just so trashy and rude and stuff, and so I see it from that angle. You know what I mean? So I think
she was trashy and rude as well.
She was rude, but tried to be nice and stuff. She was always like texting me and telling me to be nicer to her husband. I'm like, hell no, the guy's always drunk and he's always rude to me. I'm not going to be nice to him. Yeah. But anyways, she's back in Iowa or whatever, and I'm over it. But that was what happened, and like I haven't really met anybody else here, and just trying to figure out what's going to happen in the future. But I do need a nice fuck. I have to tell you.
Been a little while for you?
What?
It's been a little while for you?
Yeah. Been a while. Been a while.
Have you ever tried internet dating?
Yeah, but just I meet a lot of weirdos. I meet a lot of girls who still live at home looking for a sugar daddy and all this crap. I never find a good one. And when I do find a good one, they don't want me after a while because of my situation.
Yeah, well, you just talked about girls living at home as a negative situation, and in a way, you're kind of there as well. So.
Well, I'm looking for a woman who has her shit together. They're looking for a guy that has their shit together.
You want the sugar mama.
I wouldn't go that far to say sugar mama, but just somebody who's understanding and is willing to help me while I try to accomplish my dream, and then I can take care of her.
Got it.
Yeah.
I hear sugar mama.
But yeah. So.
Not sugar mama per se.
Yeah. But so you play with his belly button often?
I don't have a belly button touch like you do. It's not really my thing. I touch his body, but but not like targeting on his belly button or anything like that. I prefer feet.
Oh yeah, you're a foot person like I am.
Yeah, well, I don't know, something about it. I don't get off on touching feet, but it's how do you say?
That's a funny visual of you getting off on feet.
No, I'm not getting off on it. It's
I know.
thing like it. I know that I like my feet rubbed. I like my feet touched. I feel like it's a piece or a part of your body that is so often neglected because for some strange reason people are grossed out by them.
Right.
And I'm not saying feet don't have the ability to be funky and gross, but
right.
In general, like if you keep your feet clean, it shouldn't be a weird thing to touch feet. But people are just like, I don't know, there's this like stigma around foot touching. So anyway, I enjoy it, and I also enjoy making people feel good by touching feet and that sort of thing. So I get nothing out of my belly button being touched, and I don't see why somebody would want that.
Because when you poke it, there's a sexual arousal, and that can happen to anybody.
Not for me. I don't know that I've ever felt anything that bothers me, actually. Like it hurts.
Well, I think
because I have a deep belly button.
Well, if you had a finger bang at the same time as getting your belly button touched, it would feel fucking awesome.
Definitely not. Absolutely not. I can confidently say no.
Yeah, seriously though, it's really really good, and it started for me when I was about 6 years old. I had a girlfriend in first grade who actually went to Hillsdale. Her name was Elvira Blossom.
Mm-hmm.
She had just moved to San Mateo from Texas, and she was like the only girl in the class who treated me well. All the girls in the class were just so mean to me, and she was the first. She was the first one who was good to me, and she used to come over to the house and stuff, and we used to just play naughty games and everything. And then, middle of second grade, I transferred over to Parkside. I didn't see her again until fifth grade. I think my mom ran into her mom at the store, and I was invited over for her 10th birthday, and I went. We had a great time, and then I didn't see her again until the next year. And I think by that time, I think she had already been molested by the father or something. She became a completely different person, and we were distanced for the next 3 years at Bayside, and then I didn't see her in high school. And then I tried to reconnect with her 10 years ago on MySpace, and she was weirded out that I contacted her. And one of her best friends told me that she had been doing drugs for quite some time, and she just wasn't the same anymore. And it's really really sad.
No, that is sad.
Mm-hmm. And I had written this horror story kind of based on my feelings of the time and everything, and I may change it around or something, or fix it. I may do something with it in the future. I don't know, and stuff. But I don't think it came off quite the way that I thought it would and stuff. But it was a source of inspiration. And
She was?
Oh no, I mean, well, yeah, she was for the story. Yes, she was for the story, and yeah. So I'm trying to think here. So yeah, I think she ended up blocking me on Facebook or something. And
wait, did you share the story with her and then she blocked you?
Oh no, she doesn't even know about it because this was years ago. I'm talking like within the last 2 years.
Why did she block you if there was...
I don't know. She's weird like that. You know, she's on ecstasy. That's the drug she does.
Yeah, I don't know. I have done my fair share of ecstasy, and I don't recall that making me so paranoid that I would block somebody.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I've never found you to be like stalkerish or anything like that, but I would feel the need. So I guess
I was hoping. I mean, I would think that she, would have been happy to hear from me because we were so close when we were young. I'm, I'm sure she would have loved to have known like what happened and stuff. I think I mean, I told her up front. I mean, I told her that she started my belly button fetish. And
maybe I will figure out.
no, it definitely was. Her friend told me. But she's pretty open-minded. I don't know why she would, fucking, be freaked out over that. But anyway, it happened, and I'm over it.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of weird that bothered her so much, but again, you got to think about the person. She might have a lot going on, and you might have had very little to do with why her reaction was the way it was.
Yeah. That's a good way of looking at it. It actually makes me feel good. Thanks, hon.
Yeah.
I appreciate that.
That's what I'm here for, to make you feel good.
Oh my God! So what else is new?
A whole lot of nothing. Job's still going. Still trying to get this place together because I've been here like. How long have I been here now? It's been just over 2 months, so yeah, things are coming together really slowly. Job's going good. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like I should have some more exciting things, but because I'm out here now, I don't go out as much. And, not as many exciting stories because I don't see people as often.
Yeah.
So,
just taking care of work. Taking care of
what about
work.
you?
Just doing this show. I'm summer's over, so I'm overwhelmed with interviews. I got all these horror people coming on this month. It's fucking awesome. I'm excited. Let's see.
You're saying because the summer's over, people are wanting to interview more because they're actually available now?
Yeah, they're in town. The vacations are over.
Yeah.
So I got that. My brother's drinking has gotten better. He's going to rehab and stuff. He's good. He's been
sick. That's good to hear.
He got sober that following Monday after I saw you, so that's good.
No, that's actually a quick turnaround and very good to hear.
Yeah. And
that was pretty stressful for you.
It was pretty stressful. And let's see. I'm just looking forward for the holidays. God, we don't know what we're gonna do for Thanksgiving this year. We don't know if we're gonna have it here or have it at my brother's place or maybe even go out to eat. We don't even know yet. But got that. I'm waiting for the submissions to the Burbank Comedy Festival. They have it at Rooster Teeth Feathers every year, but for some reason it wasn't on their calendar this year. I don't know if it's because it's too early yet or they're not going to have it there this year. But I auditioned in 2015, 6 months after I got out of the hospital. I thought I was ready, but I wasn't. But I'm ready to do it again, and I'm just waiting for the submissions to start. And I need people to come out, even though it's like the week before Christmas or the week of Christmas. I need people to come out and vote for me. And there's no voting online.
Okay. Well, I can definitely try to make a point to come out there, figure that one out.
Yeah, bring your man.
So you can talk about his belly button?
No. just because I need all the votes I can get. I need all the votes I can get, and I need my mom to play manager and try to persuade the club owners to pass me. You know.
Mm-hmm. Is that what your mom does? Does your mom play manager for you?
Yeah, she plays manager. She hasn't had an opportunity to, but if it ever came up, she would. And in this case, she would. And let me tell you about the one in 2015. So I go there, and I've been out of the hospital 6 months. I've gained probably maybe 20 pounds since I left, maybe 20 or 30 pounds since I left, and I'm still pretty frail though. And do you remember Mr. Bauer from high school?
Yeah.
He was there. He's a big comedy fan, and he goes to Rooster Teeth Feathers quite frequently. I've seen him there a couple times. I seen him. I seen him there. I seen Mr. Miller there once. He's a big comedy fan too.
Mr. Miller, that one doesn't ring a bell.
You know Jerry Springer. He looks like Jerry Springer.
Nope. Sorry.
Yeah, he'd been there since like the late '60s when my parents got there, or before. He's retired now, of course. But I saw Mr. Bauer there. He thought I did a really good job. He thought I was hilarious. And there was let's see, there was two people who, okay, they picked two comedians, one by a producer vote and one by an audience vote. And then they discreetly choose others based on majority vote or whoever the producer likes. So maybe like four people, maybe 4 to 6 people get in overall, although the rules are 2, right?
Yeah.
So two friends of mine got the producer and the audience vote, and then like 4 other comedians got in just by discretion from the producers. And my friends, they deserved to get in. The other 4 I felt didn't deserve it. I didn't think that they were ready and stuff.
Are you being biased?
What was that?
Are you being biased?
No, I'm not being biased. I'd say that my 2 friends did it because they've been doing it for like over 20 years, and these other people I know, they've only been doing it a couple of years, right? And,
yeah, but that doesn't necessarily,
well, no, not by like it.
Right.
Well, no, well, hear me out here. See, I just felt that it wasn't so much like how many years of experience, but like it was just, I don't know. I just think that they needed to develop more, And strangely enough, some of them of these, maybe at least 2 of them of these four people, didn't get like huge laughs, And it was mind-boggling that they did that. Maybe it was bias. I don't know.
Yeah.
It was a weird thing and stuff. But my friends did good. They did good from what I've heard and stuff. And they had Adam Carolla was one of the judges there. And I think even Ron Jeremy was a judge there.
Yes, it's Ron Jeremy.
At the festival. I've met Ron a couple times. He goes to Monsterpalooza every year to hang out.
He goes to what?
He goes to that horror convention I go to in LA, Monsterpalooza. He goes to both of them each year.
Got it.
Yeah, he's there hanging out and stuff. I mean, hanging out overall, not his dick.
Yeah.
Yeah. My mom was like, "Oh, can you get a shot for me?" And I'm like, "Mom, that's disgusting."
But she had her well, not her heyday, but mom gets to live too.
Yeah, but I'm not taking Ron Jeremy's dick pic.
Oh, that kind of pic. I didn't realize that's what she was asking for.
Yeah. What did you think I was talking about?
I thought she was just asking for a regular picture.
Oh. No, I didn't even get a picture with him any of those times. The second time, me and my friend would have, but then all these girls were like talking to him and shit. They interrupted, so we didn't get that opportunity.
That's too bad.
Yeah, but I'll see him again because, like I said, he's there every year. And my mom wants to go to Monsterpalooza with me next year, so she may get her chance. We'll see what happens. We're trying to plan, like, whether or not I'm going to go, for that weekend and then maybe go, or maybe even go for a whole month yet. I don't know. It just depends on who can let me stay down there and everything. That's all it depends on.
Where's Monsterpalooza?
The spring one is in Pasadena and the fall one's in Burbank, and I couldn't go to either this year. Well, I told you I almost went to the one in April, but then my friend fucking fell off the wagon and started doing drugs again.
Yeah. That was pretty upsetting for you.
Yeah, it sure was. And I still give him shit all the time about it, and I don't even really talk to him unless he talks to me, which is not that often.
Yeah. So you still talk to him?
The only time I did was because he owed me money, and I was just waiting for him to pay me back, and he did. I got the full amount from him.
That's actually surprising. I would think that. I mean, if he fell off the way he did, I would actually expect that he wouldn't pay you back. So.
Well, he goes in cycles when it comes to his addiction. He does it, and then he stops doing it, and then he goes back to it again.
Mm-hmm. Sounds like addiction to me.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm so glad though. I'm so glad though I got that money because it came in handy with some of the conventions I went to this summer.
So what conventions were you able to go to?
I went to this one at the Elks Lodge in Carmichael, Sacramento area. I went to this little toy show, as it was. Then the next week, I went to Sinister Creature Con in Sacramento. I'm going to the next one this Saturday with my mom. Then I went to Fandemic Comic Con in Sacramento. We went to Sacramento 3 weeks in a row, and it just drove my mom crazy because it was like 110 degrees the whole time. And then
the trooper for that one.
Yeah. Then we went to Stockton Comic Con in August. It was at the Stockton Arena. Now, Sinister Creature Con had their first one there last year as an experiment, and thankfully they won't have it there again. There's just it's a concert and sports arena. There's so much room in there, and there's so much walking and climbing up the steps and everything. I don't want to go back again. It's just too much for me with my arthritis, So
where will it be next year?
Well, at the Scottish Rite Center in Sacramento, which is where we're going on Saturday. So they did both of them at the Scottish Rite Center this year, but last year they did that Stockton one the first time, and it was a failed experiment. And I think it was because they jacked up the prices because the arena wanted like $50, at the door or something, and they pay like, I don't know, $35 at the Scottish Rite Center at the door. So a lot of people complained, I guess. But there was a good lineup this weekend. The cast of Killer Clowns from Outer Space, The Evil Dead. Let's see, Zach Galligan from Gremlins is going to be there. Ty Mack from The Last Dragon is going to be there, which is weird because he's not a horror guy at all. Dale Midkiff from Pet Sematary, and several other people. And it's going to be pretty cool.
Who was the one from Pet Sematary?
Dale Midkiff. And a couple people from Twin Peaks is going to be there. The one I wanted to meet is not going to be there. And I tweeted to her, and she responded. Sherilyn Fenn, I've always had a crush on her. She is fucking hot. I would so invite her back to my place for morning after pills. Ugh.
You're an idiot. Don't look for that one.
Yeah. so it's going to be a good weekend. And, oh my God, I got like 6 interviews on Sunday.
Yeah, who are you interviewing on Sunday?
Actually, they're all friends. They're not celebrities. They're friends I've had on before, just coming on to talk about Halloween memories and horror and stuff.
Okay.
Which I'd like to talk about Halloween with you if you don't mind.
Let's chat Halloween. I don't remember any Halloweens with you.
Well, I don't mean our Halloween memories.
I know, but Halloween's a good holiday.
Do you remember your first costume?
I believe my first costume was the sheet ghost, black holes in the sheets, that sort of thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's the first costume I remember ever having. So, what about you? What was yours?
Oh my God! So when I was 4 years old, I was Pee Wee Herman, right? I had a black suit and red bow tie, ruby red lips, the haircut, the whole 9 yards. And now this was just before I got really, really big. I was a month away from getting big when I had my vaccine shots. And so I got my vaccine shots the next month, and then a year later I started kindergarten. I brought pictures in for show and tell, and my brother was Mr. Stay Puft, and he was 14. He was big, and all the kids were saying, "No, that's you as Mr. Stay Puft. That's not you as Pee Wee Herman. You're too small there," and that hurt my feelings.
So nobody believed you?
Yeah, that hurt my feelings.
So wait, I rewind a little bit. You mentioned something about getting your vaccine, and that's why you got really big.
Yeah, well, I already
what happened there?
Well, I had a pre-existing condition called Simpson-Galabi syndrome, where my body is bigger, where my body is huge, and my internal organs are 10 years older than I am, and all that stuff. But I was already going to be big, but later in life. But I got big too early because of the the mercury or whatever that's in the vaccine or something.
I have no idea. I've never heard this story from you.
Oh, Google it. You can find out that vaccine shots causes certain cases of kids to just become gigantic, pretty much.
I believe it. I'm just saying that it's not a story I've heard from you.
Yeah. Well, I was insecure about it for a long time, but now
You probably didn't talk about it?
Yeah, I didn't talk about. I told a few people, but not a whole lot. But I don't mind, coming out with this now. But yeah, so the vaccine shots did it, and then that was when I started developing, and I had already done this a little bit, but then as time went on, that's when I started developing my obsessive compulsive disorder of just quoting lines from movies and stuff, and just being a complete nerd. I mean, it didn't happen because of that. I mean, I've always been a movie nerd since I was like a year old, but then just the vaccine also caused an obsessive compulsive disorder for me to just always be in character and quote stuff. People thought that I was crazy. So yeah.
I never thought you were crazy. I guess then again, I don't think you quoted movie lines too much, but you do some weird shit sometimes. So I guess there was something, and maybe I just didn't even recognize them as movie lines.
Yeah, but you always.
There's Bobby again saying some weird shit that I don't understand.
Yeah, but you always loved me.
What?
Yeah, but you always loved me.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I mean, you get me under the influence of marijuana. I just started doing crazy shit. I mean, remember that time you had me have an edible?
You know what? In my memory is shit. No, I have no idea what you're talking about.
Okay, about 6 years ago, I want to say, we met up in San Francisco for some reason. I can't remember what. I think I was there. I think I was there.
How did I have an edible?
Okay, let me tell the story. Okay, so
Wait, sorry.
I was up in San Francisco. I think I was doing a comedy show, and I think you couldn't come to it because you were working late, but we were going to get together and go to dinner with Adrian. It was at that Japanese restaurant, and
Okay.
I think you were with that guy at the time. I forget his name. The guy who was like a liar. You know who I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
So.
He was a liar. Done.
Yeah. So you picked me up, and you gave me an edible cookie, and it was disgusting. There was a lot of butter in it, I remember, but I ate it. Next thing you know, I am gone.
Out of your mind?
What?
Out of your mind?
I was out of my mind, yes. And I remember you had to change your shirt, I remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you had no problem doing that in front of me because we're friends and everything, right? But I think I got a little creepy because I was under the influence, though. But you didn't take it personal because you know me and stuff.
I just told you to shut up.
Yeah, because I was just I was high, and then we had dinner and everything, and I was okay, but I was laughing an awful lot because that guy was making me laugh and stuff. He said a lot of funny things at dinner, I remember.
The dinner part.
What?
I don't remember the dinner part, though.
Yeah, I remember the dinner part. It was in that Japanese restaurant. I don't remember where we were at, but it was like 6 years ago or something.
Did we sushi both?
Yes, it was a sushi place.
Yes, I remember that. I guess I do remember it, but no. The guy that was with us, I think, was Ali. It wasn't my boyfriend.
Oh, I thought you were dating him.
Was he good looking or was he a big Persian guy?
He was a big guy. I remember that.
Yeah, that was Ali. I never dated him. He had a huge crush on Adrian.
Oh,
Definitely.
yes. You're right. You're right.
Nothing.
You're right. Yes, I remember. Yeah. Yeah, he liked Adrian. I remember that now. Yes. Oh my God, that was a crazy time. That was like.
Yeah, but Ali was also a big liar.
Yes, that's what I mean. You told me he was always lying, but he was a really funny guy.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You know what? He reminded me. Now that you told me about how he lied and stuff, and just the way I saw him, he reminded me of this one guy. He's an Indian guy. I won't say his name. He's a fucking dick. When I was a bouncer at Swinging Door, and we had that karaoke DJ Purple. I don't know if you ever saw him.
No.
He's like the number one DJ in the Bay Area when it comes to karaoke, and he does a show up in the city, over on North Beach, Tupelo.
Nope, no idea.
Have you never been to that bar?
Nope.
Yeah, I was actually there the night of my accident.
Oh shit.
Yeah, never went back because it's a bad omen. But so DJ Purple was connected to this group called Meetup. It attracts a lot of crazies and weirdos. It's a social networking group where they have.
You said Meetup?
What?
Did you say it's called Meetup?
It's called meetup.com. Yes.
Yeah, I'm familiar. I used to have the app. I never used it, but I have the app.
Well, I mean, it's subjective. I mean, I had some good experiences with it, but a lot of weird, bad experiences. But so So he was affiliated with this group. I mean, that was his audience who came to the shows. And this guy he's a heavyset Indian guy, bald head, always dressed like, he was the shit and everything. He was the promoter of all of his gigs. And he also did this thing where DJ Purple would host once a month at this club in Mountain View. What's it called now? I forget the name of. Oh, it's now called the Oppo Lounge, but then it was called the Zen Lounge, and then before that it was the Buddha Lounge. It kept changing names. And so
I remember that place.
Yeah, Christoph's wife, Jamie Lopez, my friend from elementary school, she was bartending there for a while, and that's how I got into that place. But yeah, DJ Purple was hosting this once a month karaoke party there on a Tuesday night, and it would get busy with all the meetup people, and you'd meet some pretty interesting characters. In fact, I'll tell you this one sex story related to that place in a moment. But this guy would promote those parties, and then I started hearing stories after I left Swinging Door that he was a backstabbing creep and that he fucked over a lot of people and stuff because, he's all about business and money and he doesn't know what friendship is and everything. And I could kind of see that he was a creep because he was an asshole to me this one time. I was singing a song from The Who at one of those parties, and everyone was singing whatever was big at the time. Songs like I Kissed a Girl from Katy Perry or Shake, 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 Shake It. All those techno shit, pop shit that was going on. And he was like, "This is Mountain View. You're not in San Mateo. I strongly suggest that you sing, something that's current, And I was just thinking, fuck you, dude, So I kind of saw that he was an asshole. So in 2013, when I was hosting comedy night at Steamy's, I wanted to test him, right? So I messaged him and said, "Hey, I'm going to be hosting this open mic night at Steamy's in San Mateo. I was wondering if you'd like to promote it and stuff, right?" Never heard back from him at all, right? So then in 2016, when I started doing that once a month open mic in San Jose for that contest to get in there to work and stuff, and I had to bring in 10, 15, 20 people, I went to him and said, I'm going to be doing this open mic, for this and for this reason, that reason. I got to do this and that. I was wondering if you could promote it, right? So he said, sure. And I gave him the details. We worked it out. Everything was good, right? I even sent him a video of my stand-up because he wanted to see. He had never seen me do stand-up, so he was curious. So I sent him a video. Never heard back anything about it after that, but he said, sure, he'll do it. So the day before, this was like, I think my second or third one I did, because I did 4 of them. This is like maybe the second one. I message him and I say, hey, I can't wait for tomorrow and stuff, right? Oh, and he messaged me the week before saying he was bringing in 30 people, right? So the week before he said, I'm bringing in 30 people. And so the day before, I'm like, hey, I'm excited for tomorrow. It's going to be great. And he's like, oh, I'm sorry. I forgot to tell you, man. I'm not going to be making it. I think he said there was like a death in the family or something, right? And I think somebody had told me before that he used that excuse once before on somebody, right? So I called him out on it. And next thing you know, we're getting into a big fucking Facebook fight. And I had to block him. And I also had to take him out of my comedy group. I had to take him out of the invite for the event and shit because he was just talking shit, trolling me basically, right? So I go and do the show, right? And then the next month, I didn't do that show, but I went to it to hang out, right? He was there with 30 people. Yeah, that motherfucker. And so I did the next one, and again, he was there with 30 people, probably not even knowing that I was going to be there because I blocked him. So I fucking trolled him and his fucking friends because he's Hindu and all his friends were fucking Hindu, and I was doing this. I do this bit where I do like popular song parodies where I change the lyrics to sexual, right, or just plain offensive, and I was doing a parody of Semi Charmed Life from Third Eye Blind, and I changed it to Snake Charmer Life, and it was hella funny. Hello?
Well, well.
Yeah. So fucking oh god, it was just the perfect revenge. But yeah, Ollie, he reminds me of that type of guy. Heavy set guy, dresses in clothes like he's the shit, but just full of shit, you know?
Yeah.
So here's that sex story.
What's the sex story?
So the last time I went to the Zen Lounge for a DJ Purple meetup party. I think it ended up being the last one as well. In 2009, um, I was there one night. It was just another one, it was like any other one I'd been to for like, half a year up to that point. And I had never met anybody from there that I was gonna fuck or anything. It was just me hanging out basically. And plus I had a girlfriend for a brief time during that period before, and I'd screwed around with other girls that time before that I was kind of dating. So I didn't have any luck. But this one night, this woman, she had to have been in her early to mid 50s, and she was black and not bad looking at all. She comes in there, and we're like making eye contact, we're flirting, what have you, and then we start a conversation, and we're still continuing flirting, and she's like brushing up against me and just getting really promiscuous and everything, and at the end of the night, she drove me home. And
And?
we parked in the parking lot. I don't know if you ever drove me home, but I lived right behind a CVS pharmacy in San Carlos.
Yeah, I drove you home several times.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. Sorry. So we park in that parking lot at CVS Pharmacy, and we're just talking and stuff, and we're making out. And I showed her my dick, right, and she touches it, and next thing you know, this big old wad of pre cum shoots out of it.
Uh-huh.
It was just pre cum, that's all, right? And
Uh-huh.
she didn't want to have sex in the back of her car. She said she'd be happy to come over that weekend, right? However, she showed me her pussy, and it was really nice. And I started playing with her clit, and oh my god, she was just in orgasmic ecstasy, right? I mean,
Uh-huh.
I practically did nothing. I just subtly touched it, and next thing you know, she's just, oh my god, begging me not to stop. She wants me to keep going, and then I made her come like maybe in like 90 seconds. It was pretty brief.
Nice.
Yes, and so then we kissed and parted ways, and then I texted her. I think maybe that Thursday, Friday, say, "Hey, come over this weekend, right?" And she's like, "Sorry, I got back with my ex." And then a couple months later, I'm at Wendy's in Belmont, and I see her with her ex, and he's a big white guy like me,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, wow, she likes us big white boys, you know. And I remember she told me that she loved the way I smiled, and so I smiled at her. She smiled back at me. I was just, trolling her and making her jealous of what she could have had.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's like the only experience I had out of those parties.
Well, it's too bad that you didn't get to have sex with her. I thought it was going to be like a full-on sex story.
No, it was just a foreplay. It was the foreplay, and this was actually, I think, around the time that you and I reconnected after so long, too.
So basically around my 25th birthday, which that's when it was.
Yeah, or actually, okay, that was in August, but this was probably around April or May.
Mm-hmm.
That, oh my God, hun, that was an insane time, I'll tell you, because
You had a lot of sex stories back then. You were like on a roll.
of course I was a bouncer. It is the sexiest job in the world. Any security job is a sexy one because when I was security at Menlo College before my accident, oh, I got with a couple students, a couple teachers, a couple administrators. I was just lucky.
But it sounds naughty, but I guess you know.
hmm but I'll tell you, it was an insane time.
It's all part of a day's work, I suppose.
Yeah, I mean, it was just an insane time because, fucking, I'll tell you something. In those 2 years that I was at Swinging Door from September of '07 to November of '09,
Uh-huh.
I felt like I lived the life of a 110-year-old because I was just, everything was just so insane. I was everywhere. I mean, I was going to every bar, every place, every restaurant. I was, dating this person, screwing this one. I mean, it was just insane. And '09 was the year shit started to get bad there because the owner got hella jealous because I was screwing a couple of the barflies that he was screwing too, and I didn't even know about it until regulars would bring it up to me, and he was just so hostile towards me.
Mm-hmm.
And oh my God, this he hired these two twin bartenders, and they just turned that place upside down. He hired them like in October of '08, and then by December '08, shit started. I started seeing signs of shit getting starting to get bad, and then it got
Mm-hmm.
kicked into overdrive by January of '09, and every weekend was a fight after that. I mean, it just became not fun working there no more. And oh my God, so I just I tried 3 times to quit that year, but I was just young and I was greedy and I loved all the attention I was getting from women. I had to stay, but I tried 3 times to
Yeah.
leave. You know, my big regret, not going directly back into comedy the week after I got fired because I ended up waiting a year to go back into comedy because I had quit in January when shit had started getting bad because I needed to
Mm-hmm.
I realized I had to give up either Swinging Door or comedy and get a real job, and so I gave up comedy for a while. I chose that and continued working at the door while I was um, going on one job interview after another and getting nothing, especially in Christmas time in 2008, which was fucking weird that I couldn't get a single, seasonal job at like Ross
You're
Dress for
talking
Less.
about during the big like economy bust, like nobody could get a job.
Well, in '07 and '09, I was able to get seasonal jobs, but in '08, I didn't get one for some reason.
Yeah, that's the same year I got laid off.
Mm-hmm. What did you do when you got laid off?
Um, I what did I do? I mean, I was going to school as well, so it wasn't the end of the world. I know. I mean, I was on unemployment for a little while, but then I ended up going. I started working as a personal assistant.
Mm-hmm. As a personal assistant. Did you enjoy doing that?
Um, I did. I actually did it for several years, and I mean, I worked for the first guy for maybe just over a year.
Right.
I mean, after a year full time with him, then I worked part time, just here and there, kind of like I don't know, like as needed.
Mm-hmm.
But then my I don't know if it was my second or last. Anyway, I worked as a personal assistant um, for a couple of psychologists,
Yeah, because I left California in February of '07 to go to Arizona, and we got me established out there with Social Security and whatnot. And I was collecting out there. I was actually getting more money out there than I was getting here, and I came back July 4th. I was only supposed to be there till September 1st in California, and then go back. But my mom said my mom was having issues with her boyfriend, so she was like, stay there, I'll come back. She came back middle of September, and we got me reestablished on Social Security in California, and I was living off of that and paying the rent for the first year that we were staying at my brother's place illegally. And then we got our old apartment back, and so I'm collecting disability. I'm making like $30 in tips at Swinging Door, and I'm getting free food. I'm not getting, a salary money and stuff. But that was my play around money, and I was doing that. I did that for 2 years, and my mom, she lost her job that she got in early '08. In October of '09, she lost it, and that was, she found out she had diabetes around that time too, and she had to volunteer at the food bank because we went hungry quite a bit because we were using unemployment to pay whatever we needed and stuff. Did a lot of borrowing during that time, and then the next year in 2010 is when her boyfriend came back and stayed with us for 3 years until we all had to leave, because all the money ran out that we had. You know, it's been a very interesting experience of survival for us. But I mean, we'd never had the struggle before 2007. We never had the struggle like at all. You know, my mom had a job. She was making good money, and then we got that stupid move to Arizona that just fucked everything up. You know?
Yeah. Well, no, but it's not just that. I think that whether you moved or not, the economy just tanked, and it changed the lives of a lot of people. And, the fact that you made it through. I mean, you didn't survive in the Bay Area, but you survived in California. Like you did.
No doubt about that.
Completely uproot and leave.
No doubt about that. I mean, it would have happened anyway without the Arizona move, but I think the Arizona move contributed to it big time, you know?
Yeah.
And, I started seeing signs of it around that time that the Bay Area was going to change. It didn't start happening more until 2010, and then by the time I got out of the hospital in 2015, it just went into overdrive. All my favorite businesses closing down, lots of construction in Redwood City, and now there's construction everywhere in San Mateo. It's just, oh my God, it's just a place that I can't recognize anymore. It's not like the place we grew up.
No, it certainly isn't. That is not. I have no clue what happened there, but when I go back, I hardly recognize it, and I'm not sad to be gone because it's really just like a version of what we remember.
They took away my favorite breakfast place that was at the San Carlos train station, Mary's Place. Oh God, love that place. I love their pancakes. Their bacon was so good. I mean, it was there since since like around the time we were born. It was there for like 35 years.
I haven't known San Mateo area that long, but I mean, even San Francisco. I grew up mostly in San Francisco as a kid, and everything that I grew up with is gone. I actually just learned La Victoria, which is like a Mexican bakery that has kind of like withstood everything, and it's kind of become this like historical staple of the neighborhood. They just lost their lease finally, And they got evicted this week, I think. So
Yeah.
It's money. I hate where this conversation is going, but yeah, the money that has moved to this area has changed a lot. That's for sure. Sorry, I'm like trying to clear my throat. I feel like I'm maybe getting sick. Who knows?
Well, me too. I mean, I went on for 5 minutes about that con artist. So back to Halloween, though. I mean, okay, so like, when's the last time you dressed up?
Last time I dressed up, 2 years ago I dressed up as Big Bird, and it wasn't an ideal costume. I'd rather dress like a little slut. I don't know. I feel like I've gotten lazy with age. Like, I have nowhere to go, nobody to prance me around. So I don't feel like attention seeking by myself. I don't know. I don't know if that makes sense, but when you're out like with your dude and you're showing each other off, it's one thing, but doing the single thing on Halloween and like just being in a group of like slutty girls,
Right.
Not ideal. Not ideal at all.
2015 was the last time I dressed up. I was Lewis from Revenge of the Nerds after he loses his virginity.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, that was fun. I like doing that and stuff.
Where'd you go in that costume?
What's that?
Where'd you go in that costume?
I went to Villa Roma in Redwood City to hang out. There was, oh my god, there's so many fake people in that bar that like I hung out with before the accident that were just like giving me frostbite all night and shit because I'd been out of the hospital for 4 months up to that point and they were just being dicks. So I wrote a status later that night calling a lot of them out and shit. I was pretty mad. But you can't change alcoholics, unfortunately.
Yeah, once you're not one of them, it's really hard to connect with them, especially if they don't really make the effort to connect with you. Mm-hmm. That's kind of like what happened with, well, I shouldn't say that. I was going to start talking about my friendship that I gave up, but in a way it is what happened. I mean, I still continue to drink here and there. I just don't choose to associate in those types of circles, and I think that has resulted in a loss of friends.
Fucking, I'm trying to think. Oh my god, the Halloween before, in 2014, right? I don't know if I ever told you about my friend Kim. She was this woman I had a one night stand with in 2014 when I was homeless, and we ended up becoming best friends for like a year leading up to my accident, and we were still friends afterwards until I moved, but she was a little bit more distant because she quit drinking and stuff, and all that. Her two little puppy dogs, fucking loved them. I missed them. She moved to Philly recently because that's where she was living before she moved to California, and I missed those two cute little dogs. I got pictures of us and stuff. Yeah. But so let me think. I'm trying to think. So
Don't think too hard.
What?
I said don't think too hard.
I was a cowboy for Halloween. She was like a skeleton girl.
Nice.
She was a skeleton.
Honestly,
what?
I just had this visual of you as a cowboy. Like, I'm talking about, like, the little boy dressed up costume cowboy, like on a toy horse.
Yeah.
And I can tell you that is, like, probably, it would be, if you did it that way, the costume of a lifetime.
Yeah.
I think because you are so big, so to dress you up like a little boy would just be hilarious to so many people.
Well, okay, so this costume I got, it was just a bandana, a cowboy hat, and a Lone Ranger mask. And I bought them. They were only $1. I bought them at Party City, in Redwood City, because I had just lost my job. Because no, oh, actually, okay, I had lost my job like the week of Labor Day at the college, and then I worked at the ballpark until the World Series was over, end of October, and then I went into Cost Plus for the holidays, and every cent I made went towards an apartment deposit for me and my mom, which ended up not happening and stuff. But so I had very little money, so I just got these dollar, hat, bandana, mask, all that. And so I was doing that, and Kim was a skeleton girl, and we were hanging out at the Lariat on Halloween. But I remember like a month before, me and my fucking now ex dipshit best friend Dan, who I was in the accident with, I'm telling him I'm thinking about being a priest for Halloween, and Dan says he says I'm thinking about being a pedophile for Halloween.
So he wanted to have matching costumes.
Yeah. And I remember Kim just laughing her ass off because she went to Catholic school.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh my God, so damn funny. Good shit. That's the only thing I miss about that guy is his sense of humor. Other than that, the guy was a friggin' douche. You know.
Yeah, well, it goes back to connecting with people when alcohol is present versus being able to connect or not when, the party's not there anymore.
Yeah. I met him when I was sober, and he had just started drinking back in 2007, which is ironic.
Uh-huh.
You know. But yeah, so those Halloween memories are kind of bad, but yeah, I didn't stop dressing up because of that or anything. It's just I don't know. I feel like because I'm not like in the bar scene anymore. Really, it's just I don't really have a need to dress up anymore.
Yeah. What it is. Am I gonna dress up and wait for the kids to come over and give them candy? Maybe
Yeah.
that's what I should do this year. Just actually have my own adult Halloween party and just hand candy to children.
Yeah, last year we kept the lights off so no kids would come to our door.
So antisocial of you.
Well, it's funny because for years my mom didn't have any money to like buy bags of candy on Halloween. This was like after high school or
Yeah.
or during high school, and it's like, Mom, the Dollar Tree has bags of candy. You can just get them. You get 3 bags for $3. And now she knows, but like at that time,
Oh.
it didn't really cross her mind that notion.
I thought she was gonna say something like about wanting a specific type of candy, or I don't know, like what mom's excuse would be.
Her and I were both into the Tootsie Rolls and Tootsie Pops and all that
Oh,
stuff.
6-year-olds are cheap. Those are super cheap.
Well, if you want a bag like at Safeway, it's like $650, or those $6.50.
Uh-huh.
You know, and that's what she was thinking of. $6.50 or $7 or $8, depending on where you go. But no, I mean you can go to the Dollar Tree and get 3 of those for $3.
Yeah, totally.
You know, yeah. So I mean, I wore some pretty good Halloween costumes when I was growing up. I was a pirate one year, or actually 2 years. Yeah, kindergarten and first grade, or was it? Was it first grade? Yeah, kindergarten and first grade. I was a pirate, Second grade, I was a clown. Third, I was a ninja. Fourth, I was
How
a
do you remember this shit? Your fucking memory
yes,
baffles me.
yes. I have the memory of an elephant.
Yeah, and the size.
Oh, don't say that. I'm already insecure enough about my weight. I'm trying to lose it.
I'm not talking about your weight, and let's be honest, none of us are as skinny as we were when we were in high school, so you
Yeah,
have to suck it up and try not to look fat next to your Calvin Klein boyfriend.
yeah. Fourth grade, I was a doctor. Fifth grade, I wore a Jason mask and a Dracula cape because some kid the year before did it, and I was like, I want to do that too. Sixth grade, I was Jim Carrey as the mask. Um,
That's a good one.
they had those masks. I had it until about I don't know. I can't remember how many years ago I threw it away. Yeah.
I have
Seventh
a feeling that one you kept around.
Seventh grade, I was the Riddler when Jim Carrey was the Riddler. Eighth grade, I was Beavis from Beavis and Butthead. And
So I take it you were a huge Jim Carrey fan?
oh yeah, absolutely. I still am. Um,
Is that one interview that would be like the best of your entire existence?
when I make it, yeah, I couldn't get him now, but when I make it, absolutely.
Yeah, well, it's a nice goal to have. I mean, of course, you're going to have to make new goals after you achieve that, but it's a nice goal to have for now.
Mm-hmm. Of course. And then throughout high school, the only stuff I would wear, I would be like I would be the killer in Scream. I wore the Scream mask and stuff, and that was it.
Or,
I went through about maybe 5 or 6 years where I didn't dress up, and then when I lost 130 pounds, I was a hippie for Halloween. That was the first time I dressed up since, and my mom was just fuming. She didn't because I was when she came back from Arizona after I'd been back there for a while, she thought that I was just getting entitled and just arrogant and stuff, and I was because I was skinny for the first time, in my life, and I was getting so much notice from people that I'd never gotten before. They ended up not being my friends in the long run, a lot of people, but I was feeling good, and
yeah.
so yeah, so I dressed up for Halloween like every year after that for the next 8 years, and it was great. I don't regret it at all.
Yeah. Oh. Well, how many weeks do we have till Halloween? What the heck should I be?
God, let's see. For you, I'm trying to think.
What?
For you, I'm trying to think. Um,
No Big Bird costume.
no. Now you already did that. Um,
Well, I'm just saying, no fat girl costumes. I gotta live.
hello? Hello? We're in the army. You should like go as a soldier or something.
No, hell no. That's not even a costume. That's like a flashback.
Really? Is it that bad?
Huh?
Is it that bad?
I mean, it's not something that I care to put on again, like a cost or a uniform I care to put on again for Halloween. It's not fun. Like I actually lived it, so it's not. It's like if an old cop put on a cop's costume, it doesn't make sense. It's just your old uniform.
What about a military policewoman?
Nope, still same costume.
How about a hooker?
Hooker, there you go.
Yeah.
I was actually thinking, the Pretty Woman, the dress where she has the mini skirt and crop top like being attached.
Yes. Perfect.
The tie-dye blue and white.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking something like that. Maybe I can get away with that.
Yeah, that would be perfect. It's funny. Yeah, this is gonna come off as sexist, but it's true. It's the one Halloween is the one night of the year that a woman can dress like a slut and not get ostracized for it.
Yeah, but people still will go there. You just
Yeah, but you got
it's
to
like an
ignore them.
opportunity to not give a fuck.
Yeah, you just got to ignore them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's so true. When I heard that from somebody years ago.
You know, a lot of people say it every year.
Yeah, I heard it like years ago though, but I never forgot it.
Yeah, it continues to be the case every year for women, years and years to come. Women get to slut it up for the night.
I'm
And
like,
I'm pro slut. I mean, I still just don't great walking around wearing nothing all the time. So, yeah, Catholic girl shit.
yeah, pro slut. I like that.
Yeah, totally pro slut here.
Oh my god. Hey, what color are your nails?
They're like French pink, like blush.
Oh, I want to see a picture of that.
I'll send you one.
Oh god, that sounds really hot right now. I don't have
Are
any
we talking
color.
dirty here?
What?
Are we talking dirty, bro? I said, are we talking dirty now? Is that what's going on?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have any color right now. Um, when you saw me last, I did have them painted. I didn't want to show them off in San Francisco. I didn't want to get beaten up.
Oh my god, nobody's gonna beat you up. You realize San Francisco is one of the most inclusive cities that you can go to?
No, I'm talking about like, just in that neighborhood that we were in.
Yeah, the mission is also very accepting.
Well, I stopped going to gay pride because I just heard too many gunshots and I was really frightened.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was anything personal.
It was what?
I said, I don't think it was anything personal.
Of course not, but I'm just saying I heard gunshots quite a bit and I just didn't want to go anymore. It just wasn't worth it,
Mm-hmm.
you
I
know.
hear you.
It was quite
Well,
frightening.
what did you say?
I said it was quite frightening.
Yeah, I imagine it would be pretty frightening, but um, I have never seldom had any issues, so I don't know. I guess I'm alright.
Hmm. Yeah, yeah. Halloween. I'm just excited because I'm celebrating Halloween a couple weeks early with this convention and everything, and
Mm-hmm.
it's just so much fun. I mean, the energy is always in the air when I go to these things, and it's just a lot of fun.
Yeah. Well, it's something to look forward to. And are these the types of conventions that you get to dress up?
Oh yeah, I mean everybody dresses up at all conventions pretty much.
Yeah. So, I mean, in that case, it's the way to have Halloween year round.
Hmm. Absolutely, it does. So what are you doing tonight?
Hot boyfriend's gonna come over, and we were supposed to go to yoga together, but he said he just wants to chill. So, I mean, maybe we'll like go for a quick jog and get sweaty together.
Wait, you practice yoga?
No, not regularly. It's just something to do. I mean, yeah, I enjoy doing it, but I hardly say I have like
What's funny? I noticed recently that being a vegan has become a cult, pretty much, especially in Hollywood. It's like the new
Do you
side.
associate doing yoga with being a vegan?
No, 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 no. But I do have a point though.
Okay.
So,
Go on.
so yeah, I mean, being a vegan is like being in a cult, pretty much. It's like the new Scientology. I've heard a lot of people comparing the two lately, right? I'm surprised there isn't a yoga cult.
I mean, there kind of is. There's like all these different types of yogas that people like. And I don't know, like people are just all about their practice. I just, it's for me, it's just something to do,
Mm-hmm.
to stay active.
Right.
I don't, I could just as easily go to Pilates or go for a run or I don't know, like I like to stay active. I don't think that it needs to be yoga or whatever the hell it is. So.
Yeah, I mean it's good for meditation and all that stuff. Um, oh, I gotta tell you this. You're gonna get a kick out of this. Oh my god. So I found out through a celebrity source there is a thing called. It's based in. It came from San Francisco, and they have it out there.
Tell me what San Francisco weirdos are up to these days.
Have
I
you
live here, but I don't know half the shit.
have you heard of orgasmic meditation?
Of what?
Orgasmic meditation.
Like tantric meditation. Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, finger bang.
Yeah, I could say I've heard of it. Go on.
Yeah. Oh my God. So I want to fucking learn more about this. I've reached out to some people who have made videos about it on YouTube, like experts, and I'm waiting to hear back to do interviews and stuff because that sounds like something I'd have fun with. You know, I mean, it's not like actual foreplay sex, but hey, it's something, you know. And I brought it up to a friend of mine, and she was like, "That sounds like a cult to me," and I'm like, "Who cares? It sounds fucking fun."
It's not a cult at all. This is a practice.
Right.
Far from a cult. It's very personal, if anything.
Right. That's why I told her. I said, it's not a cult, but if it is, hey, fucking count me in. I mean, as long as they don't tell, as long as they're telling me, as long as they're not telling me to kill somebody, I'll fucking do it.
I think people are inclined to like call anything that weird to them or like that is unknown to them a
Right.
cult. It's like it doesn't even make sense to suggest that would be cult.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, but I want to try it though. I mean, that sounds like something I'd like.
I mean, think about it this way: you can try it without having it guided. You can certainly find something on YouTube that is like guided.
Mm-hmm.
It's really you're just focusing all of your mental energy on the areas and whether it's like memories or the pulses of your body. Getting yourself to a point where you can get you turned on or eventually reaching climax. But I bet you it takes a lot of practicing before you get to that point. So why not practice it before you go to bed every night?
Well, I don't. Well, I mean, yeah. If you have like a spouse or something, you can practice that. But like to do it to like anybody random in these like sessions, oh my god, that'd be just fucking awesome. I just hope they fucking.
No, I imagine this is something you do individually. What are you talking about?
What they do is they partner you up, and you do many partners at a time, and you're just stimulating their clitoris for meditation purposes. You know, I mean they're gonna have
Oh no, that's not what I thought we were talking about.
no, 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 no. you're basically finger banging their clitoris for meditation purposes, and they are going to have an orgasm, but it's going to be much more different than from actual sex. Foreplay. You're just they train you to stimulate the clitoris in a certain way.
That just sounds fucking weird.
Yes, that's why she thought it was a cult. That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah. All right. Well, to each his own.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by it, and I want to find out about it, and I'm going to. Oh my God, just that's I don't know. There's something about it that's just intriguing to me.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I try new things every day. I went to a erotic yoga class with a hot boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And that was interesting. Did I tell you about that?
No, I want to hear all about it though.
Oh, it was like erotic couples yoga. So like the yoga instructor like encourage. I mean, you're stretching out your partner, but
Mm-hmm.
you're also encouraged to like touch and breathe with and all that sort of stuff. So some tantric stuff incorporated into it, but it was a good time.
Wow.
Good time.
So like everybody's there and they're all watching.
You have to have your own partner, so it's not like
That's what I mean.
watching each other. You're very much ideally you're following what the instructor says, and you're paying attention to your partner. You shouldn't be looking around to see what everybody else is doing.
Right.
So.
Wow, that sounds hot.
But I guess technically, you are in a public space, so people can look at each other, and it's, like, I guess some will make it more sexual, some will make it, intimate without being sexual. Like, couples will do various things, and I don't think there's anything that's not allowed.
Mm-hmm. Wow.
If you know what I mean.
Yeah.
There's a very low rule.
Very little rules.
Speaking of her boxes right now, so you're hearing.
What happened?
I said taking apart boxes right now. If you're hearing me, that's what you're hearing.
Mm-hmm. What time is he coming over?
I think they're talking like, let's see, 15 minutes or so. I should probably let you go here in the next 5 to 10 minutes.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
All right. Well,
let's see.
Anything else you wanna chat about before we go?
Yeah, you know what? I've been thinking an awful lot about certain people from your class at San Mateo that like I have not seen since high school that like disappeared. I haven't seen them on social media and stuff.
A lot of people don't do social media.
I know. You think at first you think everybody does, but then after a while you look for certain people. You're like, oh, they must not do it.
Yeah. So who are you thinking about?
There was a guy. Actually, you may not have known him because he would have been there your freshman year when you were at Hillsdale. His name was Rory.
Who?
His name was Rory. He was like a native Irishman. He had like a red face. He always had slick back hair. He was a really nice guy.
Yeah, I don't think I know that guy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyone else? I can't comment on Rory. I don't know Rory.
Yeah. Have you seen Andre Cherry?
Andre Cherry, yes, he is on social media.
Oh, he is?
Yes. I don't know if it's. Hold on. Maybe it's on Instagram and not.
Mm-hmm.
Um.
really?
Yeah, he's back in Hawaii, and he just fishes a lot. And he likes to, I don't know his name.
Mm-hmm.
No, I just tried to look him up by Andre, and there's, nothing. Yeah. Well, anyway, he was on social media, and he might still be. I'll keep an eye. Oh, yeah, here he is. He is New Dreland underscore on Instagram.
Okay.
Andre Cherry. Yeah, but it doesn't. It just says Aloha Man as his name.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Anyone else?
Oh my God, do you remember Zeb Parker?
Yes, I remember Zeb Parker. He was adorable.
Yeah, he left after his freshman year. I was thinking about him. What?
Did he? Where'd he go after freshman year?
He moved somewhere. I don't know where. He was like one of the ones who like disappeared like after that year, along with like what's his name who got arrested with his dad, Chris Copeland.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like one of the ones
But
who
I
just.
think
Go ahead.
Chris is around. I don't really know what he's doing, but I heard he got married and had a kid or something like that. I don't know.
Probably because they all do.
Yep, everybody gets married and has kids except me. Working on it. I'm trying to trap the Calvin Klein model over here.
Do you remember Alan Samuels?
Alan Samuels. No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, little Alan Samuels. He disappeared after that year too. God, trying to think. Maybe that was it. But yeah, God, I remember that. I remember my sophomore year so well. I remember when I fucking scraped my fucking knee because this asshole threw mud at me, and like I ran after him. I ran after him and I slipped on the mud and just fucked my knee up. I couldn't finish football, and then I had to do very light wrestling that season for the 1st month, and then when my knee was healed, it was okay and stuff. And of course, it's the one that broke in the accident. I had a long history of problems with this knee before my accident. I shattered my kneecap on this knee when I was in Arizona. I fell down a fucking mountain like near the Grand Canyon and I fucking almost died.
Wow, your life is just a collection of near-death experiences, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, I should wrap this up and get going because I would like to shower and, I don't know, make my life more presentable.
Yeah. You gotta get laid.
So, yeah, well, that is definitely going to happen. There's no question about that. It's definitely more of a making things look nice before I get laid.
Well, if I text you tomorrow, will you tell me about it?
I will tell you about it.
Awesome. Awesome. Well, this has been really awesome, hun. Let's do this again soon. I'll let you know.
Alrighty.
And have a great time. And and suck his dick and make him come.
Word. Naturally.
All right, hun. Love you.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Well, there you have it. Ana-Marie Urbieta. Ain't she a sweetheart? Oh, God, I just love chatting with you, Ana-Marie. You're one of my BFFs. I'm glad that we get to talk about dirty stuff and talk about life at the same time. I absolutely adore you, hun. All right. If everyone likes this video, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Add me as a friend on Facebook. Join my Tommy Kovac comedian page on Facebook. Follow me on Twitter and Instagram and all that fun stuff. Well, that's all the time we have this week on Splat from the Past. Till next time, this is Tommy Throwback Kovac saying, there's no shame in living in the past because the present sucks. Later, dudes.